Hello students and welcome back. So today we are going to discuss more about conditional statements. So in last day's discussion we have discussed about if then statement and if then else statement. But there is one more kind of conditional statement, that is nested if statement. Okay. So nested means if inside another if. Okay. So how can we use the nested if statement? So for that we are going to take an example of a program. Suppose the user is entering three different numbers and the largest number we have to find. Okay, so take the input from the user. Input, enter a number. So I'm taking the number in the variable a, then input another number I'm taking in variable b, and another input, enter another number. Okay, so I'm taking this variable in the variable c. Okay, so three numbers we have taken. One number, first number in the variable a, second number in the variable b, and third number in the variable c. So when the first number means a will be greater, when it will be greater than b and greater than c also. So if a is greater than b, we will put it inside a bracket, and here we are going to use the logical operator and or not. You remember three logical operators, and or not. And operator we are going to use because the condition will be satisfied or the condition will be true only when a is greater than b and greater than c both. So in wherever we have to satisfy more than one condition, then we have to use the and operator. Okay, so if a greater than b and a greater than c, then it will print first number is greater. Okay, now we are heading towards the else part. So now in the else part we have more conditions, means when the b will be greater, if b is greater than a and c both, so here we need another condition. So now to enter another condition we will use again if statement, but this if statement will be inside the else statement. So actually this statement is called else if statement. When we are going to use the else if statement, when we have more than one condition to test. Okay, if we have more than one condition to test, we will use the else if condition, else if statement. So actually it is a if statement written inside the else part of the if statement. So if b is greater than a and b is greater than c, then it will print that the second number is greater. Okay, in the last case, if we write the else only here, it will work. But consider, like if I write the else, means if the number, if a is not greater than b greater than c, and if b is not greater than a and greater than c, that means definitely c is the largest number. So we can write directly here else print third number is greater. Okay, and at last end if. In such case, where we are going to use the if statement inside the else statement, like I have used here, like the else if statement, then we have to write if statement end if only once. Okay, so now let's run the program. So it is asking for the numbers. First I am giving a number 10, second number I am giving 5, and third number I am giving 3. So the first number is greater here, so first number is greater. Now I am trying a second number is greater, so 10, now 15, and here I am giving 8. So it should show that the second number is greater, right? Now I am trying the third number like 10, 15, and 20. So it should show the third number is greater. But what if I give two equal numbers like 15, 20, and another 15? So it is showing the second number is greater. In case the third number I am giving like 10, 5, and again 10. So it is showing the third number, but the first number is also greater. So in such cases, we have to put another condition here inside the else statement. If we put another condition else if, similarly like others, if C is greater than A and C is greater than B, then it should show that the third number is greater. At the end, we are giving another else statement, and here I am giving the print statement that like this. Please try again, because the user have entered equal values, so that's why he have to try again. So now let's run the program again. Here again I am entering the same value 10, 5, and 10. So now it is showing please try again. So now our program becomes correct. So here I actually used this if statement from here, from this if statement to the end. You can see that this portion, actually this is the if statement written inside the else statement. Again, if I consider from this if statement is written inside this else statement. So actually here I have used three conditions: first condition, second condition, third condition. So actually there are three if statement: one if statement, another if statement, another if statement. So this is called the nested if statement. Means if inside another if. Okay. So actually in this if statement we can see the if, this if, and this if, this if. Actually this should put forward because inside this, and this should be forward also. So in this case, this is known as if else ladder because the representation is ladder like, step by step. But there is another if statement, another nested if statement. I'm doing this same program in a different way. Okay, so here I'm removing this else statement and putting another if condition before this if condition to check that if any number is equal or not. So if A equals to B, or here I am using or operator, A equals to C, or B equals to C, then now you can see that automatically the remaining portion goes forward because the entire portion is inside this if statement. So here I have used the or operator. Or operator gives out true value if any of the condition becomes true. Like here, if A is greater than B and A is greater than C, then only it will execute this portion. But if any one of this portion is correct, if any of these values are correct, then it should print that you have entered equal values. Please try again. Okay, and that means if any equal value entered by the user, it will show this message. Otherwise it will go to the remaining part to do the checking that which one is greater. So it will be inside the else portion. Okay, so if this is any of the value are equal, it will show the equal show that you have entered equal value, otherwise it will do the calculation. Remember that here we have to use 2 times end if statement, because the entire portion is working as another if statement. So for this an entire portion, this if statement, and for this if we have to write another end if here. You can see that this becomes red, that means still we have some mistakes here. So it is written, see, if without end if on line 4. In line 4 I have used an if statement which for which I have not declared the end if statement, so I have to use here end if statement. Now it is showing okay, that means our programming is okay, means the code are okay. Now again run the program. You can see that same value I am entering, 10, 5 and 10. So it is showing that you have entered equal values. Please try again. Okay, I am trying again. I am entering another value. So it should show the third is greater. So it is showing the third number is greater. So the code is okay. It will work properly for any number the user enters. Okay, so this is how we can use the nested if statement. Nested if statement, I think you understood it properly. There are 2 types of nested if statement. Another one is writing the if statement inside the if portion or the else portion, like this. In this case we have to use the end if statement for each if statement we are using. Another is that we can use the if statement with the else, like else if statement. Okay, so in the else if statement there is no need to end the if statement, declare the end if for this if or this if or any other if statement you are using. Okay, you have to declare the end if statement only for the first time you are using if statement, for that only. Okay, so this is how we can use the conditional statements. So I hope you understood this explanation. Along with this explanation, I am providing some programming and programming solutions also, which will help you to understand it more properly. Okay, so that's all for today's discussion. Thank you and have a nice day.